Watson Coleman.
Thank you, Chairman, and thank you very much for the work that you all do. You had indicated that there had been 1,500 near collisions near the airspace around the Reagan Airport. Is that for the last couple of years? Did I hear that right?
15,214 close proximity events. That doesn't mean that they were near collisions, but close proximity events where the vertical and lateral separation was too small of a margin.
Yeah.
That was dating back to 21.
21 to 2024.
Right. Did your organization make observations about how to improve those particular threats of safety?
We just issued urgent recommendations to the FAA, which they did swiftly adopt, to prohibit helicopter traffic while planes are landing or departing on runway 15 and runway 33, and to determine an alternative route that could be in use while aircraft are coming in on that runway.
May I ask, when were those recommendations made? Was that after this particular collision?
That was on March 11th. We issued urgent safety recommendations as a result of our investigation.
So that's after the collision?
Yes.
Even though this has been a problem, this sort of proximity issue has been a problem since at least 2021 that we've been tracking. Is that right?
We were not tracking that. As part of our investigation, we got that data from FAA as part of our investigation, and that's what we were able to begin basing our urgent safety recommendations on.
Thank you. Total out-of-the-box question. My understanding is that there is a concept called single pilot operations, and that there are European countries that are considering this. This results in reducing crew operations during cruise. From a safety perspective, do you have a position on this?
We have not issued a recommendation on 2 pilots. However, in the Austin near-miss investigation, we had a finding that said the pilots in the FedEx plane, which were 2, it was the 2 pilots and the fact that there were two pilots that really saved the day that day and prevented a collision and potential fatalities.
So some of us who are like being told all the time flying is the safest way of traveling, we're scared right now, actually. One last question that I want to understand. The President of the United States made a really very poor, unsubstantiated, lack of evidence comment about this particular collision at Reagan. And he said that it was related to DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. I know that's crazy, but did you find anything in the investigation thus far that would support that notion that this accident happened because of diversity, equity, and inclusion?
I was in the Oval Office that morning and met with the President and the Vice President and Secretary Hegseth and Secretary Duffy and the FAA Administrator. And I did go to the press briefing. The President held a moment of silence. He talked about the focus on safety for the investigation. He talked about having a report quickly.
I'm sorry, ma'am, because my time has expired. I just need you to answer that particular aspect of my question. Was there a legitimate reason for the President to associate the tragedy that took place with diversity, equity, and inclusion, which means that we weren't holding pilots to be all white, straight males? Yes or no is the answer. Was there any? Did you
I can't
find
speak for
anything?
the President, and we haven't finished our investigation.
Okay, well, I do hope that when you finish your investigation, that
There was a preliminary report.
Well,
The
okay,
prelim-
did
the-
your preliminary report include anything of that ilk?
We still have to evaluate all training and qualifications documents.
Let me just tell you, this is not the time to allow these misstatements to be made and to be unaccounted for, because it negatively impacts both what the general public thinks and is concerned about, but it also impacts the people who are trying to do their jobs. And there's nothing that we have found that diversity, equity, and inclusion has created negatively in people doing their job. On the contrary, loyalty and sycophants seems to be the order of the day, and it's definitely negatively impacting this federal government doing its job. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I do yield back.
I try to be very generous.